We are back with another Accord video. Today we're taking a look at the 2023 Honda Accord EXL in platinum white pearl, the gray interior. The EXL, in my opinion, is one of the most important trim levels on the Accords because this is the highest gas mileage you can get on the hybrid. And I want to jump straight to the window sticker because this is the only hybrid Accord that can get 51 city and 44 highway, and is able to achieve that because the wheels are smaller than the Sport L, and the Touring. Let's start off with the front fascia. I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with the new design of the Honda Accord compared to the previous generation. You have these slimmer headlights, that's full LED, high beam, turn signals, daytime running lights, low beam, no fog lights. But you do have these bumper inserts. It's like an air curtain to help with aerodynamics. EXL will give you parking sensors up front. That's why you have these little dots up front. Gloss black grille. The bottom portion of the grille is like a flat black, and then this portion right here, which is kind of like a lip, I would say, is gloss black. And you do have the radar behind the H. So the H is actually more of a glass plastic material, probably glass. I gotta look into that to see what material they actually use for the radar. You get the long hood. This is the platinum white pearl, and this is one of the most, I'll say, highly requested color. Like look at the, I don't know if you guys can see, it's too bright out here, I can't even see, but look at the shimmer and the pearl in there. Beautiful color. Taking a look at the side portion, still kind of looks like a Accord. The rear end is completely different, but we're gonna get to that point. You have a gloss black like side skirt down here that kind of follows this front lip and goes all the way to the back. Some of the models, this won't be gloss black, it will be just regular black. So depending on what trim level you get a different color material on this portion right here. You do have colored side mirrors, but the bottom portion is just a flat black with the LED turn signals integrated in the side mirrors. You do have a wider windshield, slimmer A-pillars, longer hood. Overall, it gives the Accord a under the radar look. It's not in your face like the previous generation. The EXL will give you a power moonroof as well. Actually, you get the moonroof on every trim but the LX. So even the Sport gets a moonroof when the previous Accord, you couldn't get a moonroof available. Coming along to the rear, you can see the antenna. It's a shark fin design and it's body colored. And you do have a chrome piece above the top of the window, flat black on the bottom piece of the window. There's not too many lines on this Accord compared to the previous generation. You do have this one body line that goes through the middle of the whole side, and you have some indentation down here below as well, but not too much going on. It's more of a sleek premium look to it. By the way, this model does not have blind spot. I made a video showing you guys that there's a chip shortage with Honda, and they are producing models that's supposed to have blind spot without blind spot. I did notice on the Tourings, like Touring Civic, Touring CRV, Touring Accords, I haven't received one without blind spot. So I think they're at least mandatory making sure the Touring has blind spot, but the lower models give you the option with or without it. Coming around to the rear, this is my favorite part of the Accord. You have almost a full light bar going across. It's actually broken up by a little baby H that I love. Full LED though, no combination. LED high beam, LED brake lights, turn signals, reverse lights, just running lights, LED third brake light, full LED, which is interesting because Honda usually does a combination. So it's cool that you have the full LED in the rear. You can see your parking sensors back here. Accord is in chrome, and you have a hybrid badge back there as well. And you will get a little spoiler if you go with a Sport. This piece down here is a gloss black. The Sport L will give you a diffuser type of thing, but the rest of the models will give you just a flat black in the rear. Here is the key, and you guys should be familiar with this design because almost all the Hondas have this now. I think the Passport, Ridgeline, and Odyssey are the only ones that haven't got the new key yet. And this will have remote start built in. You have lock, unlock, pop the trunk, panic button, and there is another button right here. You can take out the emergency key because there's an emergency keyhole on the door handle. You will see it's right under here. With the smart key, you do have smart entry, and you have the three little lines right there. You tap it, lock all the doors. You put your hand inside the door handle. There's a sensor back there. Unlock. It'll know that you're nearby with the key. And by default, Honda has it set where only the driver door unlock. You can go into settings and change that. Also, on the passenger's door, if you put your hand in the passenger's door, it'll unlock all 4 doors as well. I want to show you guys no blind spot on this guy. So when we go to the configurer and I'll show you pricing and building one, I'll show you how much less this is going to be versus one with blind spot. I'm guessing it's like $500, $550, something like that, but we're going to see. So hand in there, unlocks, and you open this portion up. Now this one does have the gray interior, so first you're going to notice on the door over here is the armrest is gray, and it is soft touch, and top portion is soft touch too. It is like super hot when I'm recording right now, so we're gonna jump in and get the AC going in a minute. But on the door, you have memory seats, 2-position memory only on the driver door. On the back of each key, you're gonna have driver 1 and driver 2, and you can save your seat settings, your position, your mirrors, and some settings on the key on the on the screen to your key. So that's actually pretty cool. You have auto up down for driver and passenger. You hold it for the rear, power locks, power mirrors. A lot of people laugh when I mention that you have power locks and power mirrors, but it just, you never know. I know that's standard nowadays, but I think there's still some base models out there that will give you manual. I don't know who does that, but I'm sure someone does. Taking a look at the driver's seat over here, it is power. So you have lumbar in and out, forward and back for your seat, forward and back for the whole seat. You can go up and down, and then you can tilt this portion down here up and down as well. And it is perforated leather. Oh, they're soft. They're soft, they're comfortable, really nice. On the passenger side, it is power too, front and back, and then your back can go front and back, and that's it. So no up and down. Let's get in here. If you do want up and down passenger seats, you're gonna have to get Acura for that. Push the button to start, hold your foot on the brakes, push the button. Start off on the left side over here. You have that new air vent design. You can lock and close it, which is pretty nice. And down below you have your trunk and your hood release. You have some additional storage down here, cup holders, storage down here, grab hold there. That's pretty much it. Come to the steering wheel, leather wrap with black stitching, and you have a gloss black at this portion here. This portion in the middle is not leather. It's kind of like the same material as an LX or EX steering wheel. And then you do have your 10-inch display here, fully customizable. There's some customization you can do on this guy. I know a lot of manufacturers out there allow you to do way more customization, but for the Accord and coming from the previous generation, this is actually really nice. So on the left side, you have next track and previous. You have volume, voice command. This scroll wheel will control this left screen over here. So I'm gonna zoom in there for you guys, and you have FM, you have phone, back key. You can customize Alexa built in, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth, USB, and AM. Simple controls, and then you do have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel for your regenerative braking. I think I've been saying 4 different levels, and I think it's 6 actually different levels on the Accord. I'll double check that. But for the regenerative braking, you may not even use that, but you can allow your Accord to pretty much have a more aggressive regen when you take your foot off the gas, and it feels like the car is slowing down. But you have your lane keep assist button over here. Turn that on, it'll keep you centered in your lane. It'll show you that it's on there, which is pretty cool. Also, you do have a picture of an Accord right there in the middle. So let's say I press the brakes, brake lights come on. If I put the signal on, signal light come on. It's pretty cool. You put the headlights on, headlights just showing that it's on. It's actually pretty cool. But you have a little picture of your Accord there. And for the scroll wheel here, you can view all types of information. So you got gauge display, vehicle stability. You have your safety support. So here you can turn on and off like your road departure mitigation. Turn that on. You have your parking sensors on and off. Collision mitigation. No blind spot feature because this car doesn't have it. But if you did, it would be in that portion there. Oil life. Who got their seatbelts on? If you're awake enough to drive. Navigation. I'm over here skipping. Navigation. So it's a compass if you don't have a destination in there. Speed and time, range and fuel. So right now we're on a full tank and we have 577 miles, which is pretty good. And power flow is going to show you what's going on. It's the engine charging the battery, it's the motor powering the wheels, it's the engine powering the wheels, so on and so on. And coming over here, you have your widescreen display. I believe this is a 12.3 touchscreen display, and it's full touchscreen, no physical buttons on here at all. You have your shortcuts on here that's meant to look like buttons, but when you tap it, you can hear a little click, which is pretty cool. And then you do have a helper screen on the right side. So this will show what music to listen to, your compass, a clock or your power flow, which is pretty cool. I'll leave it on radio for right now. If you go with a sport and up, you will get the widescreen. If you get the LX or EX, you get the smaller 7-inch display. But if you get a touring, you get the same screen with Google built in. And one of my favorites operating systems, well, car interfaces ever. It's actually pretty cool. And I guess, so what Honda was saying is they went with Google operating system in the touring because they feel like Google can make one of the best operating systems, better than them. So that's why they went with that. And I'm assuming in the future that's going to be our standard operating system next few years. That's what I'm guessing. You have phone, you have FM, Bluetooth, smartphone, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it's wireless. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, USB, Alexa built in, trip computer. You can bring a power flow here. So you bring a power flow here, there, and on the screen too. So if you're, have your OCD, you got to see your range and your miles, you can. You have built-in Wi-Fi in here, vehicle settings, system updates. You have profile settings. So when you turn on the vehicle, you can choose your profile. You've got multiple profiles, which is pretty cool. Honda Link, and they updated the Honda Link too. AM, compass, display mode. And I like to show the settings menu because I like how this looks. So from here, you can change like door settings, keyless access, but it's a picture of a car and pointing to different places, which is pretty cool. And then you could toggle them on and off. I just like what they did. And actually, let me see if I can find it. I think it's under, is it under vehicle? I don't know if it's under change view. No, it's not change view. I think it's menu. Yeah, so a menu and you go to body color, you can choose the color of your car, which is pretty cool. And it has all the Honda colors right there. So nice touch. I like that. Put this thing in reverse. You guys see the backup camera. No 360. You do get the little sonar around the car, so show you how close you are to something. But you do have a wide angle, normal, top down, and your brightness. If you had blind spot monitoring, you also get cross traffic. So cross traffic and blind spot works on the same, feature. So they come together. So if you don't have blind spot, you won't have that either. But you do have trajectory. You turn the wheel, it'll turn as well, which is pretty cool. And you have your guidelines as well. Go back into park. You do have a volume button, a power button here too. Coming down here, you do have the new Civic design, but Accord gets its own version of it. And I like it. It looks premium. Everything feels nice. You have your hazard buttons here as well. And you do have heated seats on the EXL and dual zone climate control, no ventilated seats. But you have auto climate control. You can sync it, turn it on and off, fan speed is in the middle. And what's cool is when you change your temperature here, it'll show there and it'll show on the screen up there. So you don't even have to look when you're driving, which is cool. And you can see your basic climate controls down here. 2 USB-Cs, USB-A is out of here, it's gone. No wireless phone charger. You used to be able to get a wireless phone charger on the EXL. Now it's on the Touring. So that's something to be mindful about. Leather shift knob, and it goes with your leather steering wheel. Park, reverse, neutral, and drive. You have your cup holders here. I'm not a big fan of the gloss black in the center right here or up here, but it's not that bad. You have your drive modes here. So if you toggle it, you have sport, you have individual, and then you also have normal and econ. So econ can give you the best gas mileage, of course. Normal is a split between, it'll show you here too, which is cool. Normal is a split between econ and sport, so you get some power and some gas saving. Sport is who cares about gas saving, and individual, you get to customize kind of the settings, and you have your powertrain, your steering wheel, adaptive cruise control. You can make that normal or more gas saving, which is cool. You can change the gauges to red. Steering, you can have sport steering. You just customize how you want. I like that you have the individual mode. On the Type S that I recently reviewed, have a specific button just for an individual mode, which is really cool. And you do have your hybrid button here, so this will switch it from auto, like automatically going from engine to electric motor. You can switch it where you stay on electric, but I think you only can do it for a few miles, like 5 to 6 miles or something like that. And the battery, because the battery gauge is over here, that got to be charged, and your temperature got to be a certain temperature, and then heat seats got to be off, and you have to have one person in the car. That's for emergency. You're probably not going to use that. But you do have electronic parking brake. You have brake hold. So when you're in drive and you turn this feature on, you can take your foot off the gas. Take your foot off the brake, and it will hold your brake while you drive. It's a cool feature. I use that at Starbucks all the time when I'm with my wife. Comes in handy. This is very soft. The armrest here, this thing is so solid. It reminds me of the seats, which is cool. And then you have a big center console here with your power outlet in there, which I actually forgot they even have a power outlet, but you still got that. I know no one using that anymore, but you got that guy. And with the heated seats, there are 3 different levels, so high, medium, or low. Same thing with the passenger. And then your glove box over here is not lined, but pretty basic, nothing too crazy. And then coming over here, we have a auto dimming rear view mirror, but HomeLink is not standard anymore, which is interesting. But you do have your LED lights here, and then you have your controls for your moonroof. You do get a moonroof. People here in New Mexico forget they have one because it's so hot here. They only use it. Sunglass holder. You have a SOS button too, so for the emergency. Let's take a look at your visor here. So you get a mirror and it's LED, so that's nice. Nice touch. The headliner here, you can see it's kind of like that gray color too. Try to match the interior. But that's mostly it for the front seats. Let's jump into the rear. Get to the rear here. This is how wide the rear doors open. Not much really going on back here. Hard touch, not soft like the front. This is not as soft as the driver either. It's okay, but it's not as soft. And you have your window switch, and that's pretty much it. And then sitting back here, you do have air vents, and you have 2 USB-Cs back here. This is going to be a deal breaker between the Sport L and the EXL, because I believe the Sport L costs more than this, but the Sport L doesn't have air vents or USB-Cs back here. So that's something you got to think about. You do have a mat pocket behind the passenger seat, none behind the driver's seat. Show you guys the cockpit from up here. And then you do have a folding armrest back here with cup holders. And it's soft. It's really soft. The seating, the materials here is so soft. What's cool about the trunk is it opens all the way. So like the previous Accord, it pops open and you lift it up a little bit. This has struts on it, so it'll actually pop it all the way open for you, so you can see it right down there. And you do have a folding seat back here, and a split, so you can fold down this side or fold down this side. And you have grocery hooks already built in there, which is cool. This one has a cargo mat, so that's what it'll look like. But oh yeah, floor mats too are standard. You don't have to pay for those. Come with carpet mats, and this is the carpet it'll come with as well. And being as a hybrid, you don't get a spare tire, so you have a flat fix and go. That's what this thing is called, and you have some additional storage down here as well. We are back on the trim walk. So I know I did the EXL, I did the same exact color on my other channel before, but for this this walk around channel, I want to make sure I have every trim level on this channel of every car, even though I already did it before. So I'm going to kind of briefly go through the trim walk of the Accord, and as you can see here, the EXL is an upgrade from the EX. So I guess the order is not Accord Sport Hybrid, then you go up to EXL Hybrid. The EXL is an upgrade from the EX, and the Sport Hybrid is an upgrade from the EX, because the Sport Hybrid has some features and it's more of aesthetics that the EXL Hybrid doesn't have. So that's why Honda doesn't say that it's a direct upgrade from. It can get confusing, but anyways, from the EX, the EXL is going to give you the hybrid system. That's the main thing. So you get the 2-liter engine, you have the electric motor, you have the battery pack, you have the eCVT, the 4 different drive modes. That's the main, powertrain wise, the difference from the EX. And then on the driver's seat, it is 2-position memory, like I showed you guys in the video. The passenger seat is power too, but only front back, and the back go front back, and that's it. And then you get the 12.3 color, so I was right. 12.3 color touchscreen display, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, HD radio. You do get the USB-C ports in the second row. You can't get down to Sport. You can't even get down to Sport L, and the Sport L is technically above the EXL because it does cost more than EXL, but you don't have air vents on Sport L, and you don't have USB-Cs in the back. So pretty interesting how that lineup is. But I think everyone that buys a Sport L love the looks of the Sport, but want a little bit more features, then you get the Sport L. And then if you're someone that don't need that sporty look, you're gonna get the EXL. If you're after the highest gas mileage, you're getting the EXL regardless, pretty much. So you got that guy, and parking sensors. So yeah, all these stuff are upgrades from the EX, even though the Sport is an upgrade from the EX2. I know that can get confusing, but let's build this thing out on Honda's website. And here's all the trim levels. And this is 23, so you have LX, EX, Sport, EXL, Sport L. So Sport L costs more than the EXL. And the Touring, we're gonna build the EXL, and of course, hybrid is the only powertrain you have in this model. Ooh, actually, let me show you guys the gas mileage. So I know I showed you 51 city, 44 highway for the EXL, but if you look at the Sport, Sport L, and Touring, it's 46 city and 41 highway, and that's because those models have a bigger rim size than the EXL. So that's, you're in the 50s in the EXL, 51, that's a big deal. So you probably want this model if you want the highest gas mileage, like I said before. So the EXL comes in Canyon River Blue. You can get Crystal Black Pearl, Lunar Silver Metallic. You have Meteorite Gray Metallic. And then these other three colors, not top three, but these other three colors are premium colors that you do pay $455 more. Platinum White Pearl, which we have right now. Radiant Red Metallic, which I love that red. And Urban Gray, which kind of replaced Sonic Gray. So we're going to do Platinum White Pearl. And with Platinum White Pearl, you have the option of black or gray leather. I think blue is black only. That's correct. If you do black, I think it's black only. And if you do silver, it's black only. And if you do meteorite, you have black or gray. We did the white already. And then if you did red, red is gray interior only. So no black interior in radiant red. And urban gray is a black only in interior as well. So, didn't mean to do that. For the interior choices, you have black or gray. That's pretty much it. You don't really have those options as far as colors. And everyone mostly just get black, but gray is an option, but only specific exterior colors. And then you go to packages. So you can see that if you add blind spot, it's $550. So you don't build an Accord and add blind spot. What it is the Honda dealerships get an allocation, and they're either gonna get some with blind spot, some without it. So hopefully it changes for 24, but that's how it is for 23. So I'm gonna give you the pricing on. Oh, actually, you change the color. It's on the urban gray. So if we go to white with the gray interior, which we have right now, MSRP is $34,540. That's including destination handling, and that's including your platinum white pearl color. And then if you add blind spot, then add another $550 to the price. So if you get one without blind spot, then it is cheaper, but you lose blind spot and cross traffic. So keep that in mind, that when you're shopping, and I might be including dealership markups, but let's say you find a dealership that's selling the vehicle at MSRP and they have multiple EXLs. If the price is a little bit different in the same color, it's because one probably have blind spot and one probably don't. But besides packages, let's see, you can get an HBD package, and I did a video on a Sport with the HBD package. So if you want to see that, make sure you check my video out. And you also can do a protection package, all-season protection package. And there's a bunch of accessories as well too that you can do, body side molding. You can add the deckless spoiler to the EXL if you don't get a Sport. And okay, you get two-tone, you get black. That's actually pretty cool. And door visors, the black mirror cover. Okay, so you can make instead of it being body color, it could be just black. Okay, that's interesting. I've never seen that in person before. You can have an HB sticker separate, but what I really want to look at is interior, because you can add a home link to the EXL. Because I showed you guys, you have an auto dimming rear view mirror, and that's it. But if you opt into this, then you hit the buttons, and you still get the auto dimming rear view. But you have to add it. It's not standard anymore. Previous Accord was standard, but I don't know, they may have to add it now. And everything else is just accessories you can add on, nothing too crazy. But I will end this video here. Pretty much let me know what you guys feel about the EXL. Would you take the EXL over the Sport L, or would you just not even spend the money, go down to a Sport? Would you even take a hybrid? You know, let me know if you like it. If you don't like it, if it's ugly, not ugly, you ordered one, or you didn't buy one, because why didn't you buy one? Let's talk. Thank you guys for watching. I'm ending everything here. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I believe we did all of the chords so far. So as the videos going by, I'm gonna put the links to all of my chord videos. Check them out. And tell me what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next walk around.